Good afternoon and welcome to the greatest hockey arena in the world. It's the TCO Sports Garden and it's host of the 2022 Section 4 AA quarterfinal between the White Bear Lake Bears and the Tartan Titans. With Chad Olson and Gabe Bartlett, I'm Zach Halverson. Gentlemen, it's the postseason already. It seems like these seasons go faster and faster every year, and now here we are. We sit here looking at win or go home. And Chad, we'll start with you. There's just something about when we get to section time, it changes everything. The feeling changes, and even though we're in the same building that they played, 10, 11 home games this season, this feels like a whole different ball game.
Yep, you got a good crowd trickling here on the home side. A lot of Tartan fans in the building. Anything can happen when it's win or go home. A little different the last few years with having it at home seeds, but having it at the high seeds might make it more entertaining than it is at Aldrich.
And Gabe, obviously, with your experience, being a student manager with the White Bear Lake Bears, what was different in terms of preparation, or was there kind of a focus on keeping the same thing, keeping the same routine going from regular season into postseason?
Well, the message always from the coaches was records don't matter anymore. It does not matter how strong you ended your season. It doesn't matter where you're playing. If you lose, you're done. And so the preparation was largely the same because the coaches treated it, Coach Steiger always said it's like any other game, but really in the back of his mind and all the players' minds, they know if we lose this game, we're all done. So there was a level of, I don't want to say panic, but there's definitely an extra level of preparation that went into it. Even though they were trying to treat it like a normal game, you could tell the coaches cared a little bit more about this.
I want to encourage you to join in on the conversation. You can use the comments there, both on YouTube and Facebook, however you're watching us. Would love to, even Twitter as well. We'll love to hear where you're watching from on this Saturday afternoon. It's fun, man. We're so happy to bring you some postseason hockey on the horn, and after a full season, Gabe, in which we saw ups and downs, it just seems like anything can happen for the Bears this postseason, because when they are on, they're on. Unfortunately, we've also seen them off.
Exactly, and White Bear, they're a team that they know how to generate opportunities. They play aggressive, they play physical. Where they really get in trouble, though, is taking penalties. Zach, I feel like there's been so many games we've done this year where they've taken 4 or 5 penalties, sometimes in a period, it feels like. And if you do that at this level, maybe against Tartan, you might be able to get away with it. But hey, if Tartan jumps on you early, that's going to be dangerous for White Bear. And the other big piece for playoffs is goaltenders. Which goaltender is going to get hot right now? Because, we could see, I believe it'll be Petman in goal tonight for White Bear. If he comes out a little bit slow, it doesn't really matter how great those forwards and defensemen are playing. And if Tartan's goaltender comes out really hot, boy, it's going to be really tough for White Bear Lake to win this or to keep going.
And Chad, Gabe mentioned that goaltending situation for the Bears. Conan kind of the bell cow at one point, but now Petman came up here, took over for Conan during a brief injury, played very, very well, and seemed to have earned a spot here in the section quarterfinal.
Yeah, for sure. He definitely earned it. He probably knew coming in this year that Jackson Conan would play a lot of the time, but hey, he took advantage of that injury and he rolled with it, and he'll be ready to go in this playoff action. First playoff action for it would be for either of them.
And we think about this game here, the section quarterfinal here at TCO Sports Garden, the second ever to host. Of course, before that, it was over at Aldrich Arena, and they switched to home sites. And it's I think there are pros and cons. I like the whole Aldridge day of hockey, 4 straight games, but this is obviously cool to have the home ice advantage here in this first round. Chad, you've seen both. You've been a part of both. What do you like more?
Well, like you said, I did like the staying all day at Aldrich, but that 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. games at Aldrich, there wasn't very much atmosphere in those buildings. But now here you get a little smaller rink. The atmosphere is definitely building. You could tell there's a lot of energy coming from the Tartan Titans. The Bears are going to have to start off fast. That
is for sure. They're coming in, the Titans, with a 7-game winning streak. It goes back to January 27th when they took down the Coon Rapids Cardinals by a score of 9-1, and after that beat Two Rivers, Anoka, St. Paul Highland Park, Apple Valley, and then Parker Cottage Grove and Chisago Lakes. Chad, obviously not the top tier of teams that they saw in that 7-game winning streak, but hey, that's definitely something to note here. This team has been used to winning here the last few weeks.
They got to have a lot of confidence coming into this game.
And gave the Bears coming into this one with back-to-back heartbreaking overtime losses against a couple of North Metro teams in Centennial and Blaine. You always talk about, like, do you want to come in to the postseason with that high, with all those wins, maybe being a little bit too confident, or do you want to be humbled before the start of the sections? What is your take on that?
Well, based off what I saw as a manager, my junior year when we made it to the state tournament, we were on a win streak. White Bear was on a win streak going into playoffs. They carried that momentum all the way to Hill Murray. My senior year, unfortunately, when we were I feel like at the time, a better team, did not come into the playoffs with as much momentum, kind of struggled through the first few games and then lost to Hill Murray. Having those wins, that 7-game win streak for Tartan, I think that's going to actually give them a much bigger advantage. Even though White Bears played the better teams, Tartan with that win streak, they have a lot of momentum on their side right now.
Mentioned Nicholas Petman in goal for the Bears. He's got a 9-8 record this year, 89% save percentage. Has a shutout to his name, averaging just under 3 goals against. On the other side, it'll be Stephen Kelly. He's 14-9 this year. He has basically played in all but one of the Tartan Titans games. He has started there. He's got 4 shutouts this season, 2.54 goals against, 92% on the save percentage. Obviously, it comes down to goaltending a lot of times, especially in these 2 versus 7, 3 versus 6 games, Chad, and you can never discount the value of a hot goaltender.
Yeah. That's all Tartan needs. Kelly to play well and pop in a few, and the Bears might be in danger.
Mm-hmm. Well, Chad, you just nailed that with the hot goaltenders. I mean, the last few state champions we have seen at Section A and AA had goaltenders that were red hot going into the state tournament. Last year, Eden Prairie, their goaltender was incredible. And 2 years ago, when Hill Murray managed to win the state tournament, they had a very hot goaltender, and it starts in this first game of sections.
Well, shout out to Kara, shout out to the rest of White Bear Nation, and even Tartan Nation for tuning in on this Saturday afternoon of Section 4 AA quarterfinal hockey. We will pause here. We'll listen in on the national anthem, and then shortly after that, we will drop the puck on the Bears postseason for their 2021-2022 season, as we bring it to you all here on the home of White Bear Nation, The Horn. We are indeed in the home of the Bears. As you heard, the White Bear student section all standing up in full force, ready to go to see the Bears and the Titans go to battle. Winner will move on to the section semifinal on Wednesday at Aldridge Arena. The loser has their season come to an end. And Chad, it's always, you want to talk about just wanting to win the state tournament. That's obviously cool, and you want to do that. You want to go as far as you can, but when it comes to these winner-go-home games now, it's even tougher on the seniors.
Yep. They know that even before puck drop, that this might be their last game ever in their Tartan or White Bear uniform. So they're going to be playing extra tough for each playoff game they're involved in.
Shout out to Bree selling tickets this afternoon. I can't imagine there will be too many left as this place is filling up fast. You can still see that line there around the door and the corner, and certainly going to provide a pretty good atmosphere here. 2:30 puck drop. We got another one this evening here at TCO Sports Garden with Gentry Academy in that 4-5 game, and now we look at the Bears here in this 3 versus 6. Bears the 3rd seed, the Titans the 6th seed, getting ready to go, and we are underway here at the greatest hockey arena in the world. The Bears win the faceoff. They'll skate it in. It's Welch on the left side. He'll drop it behind the Titans goal, and then it goes up in the air, bounces off the top of the glass, and it drops down, and it's cycled back down low here to Bishop. Bishop skates it out high, centering pass in front, backhand shot by Borgstad. That's broken up, and it's played to the outside. Good to see Brady Borgstad back out there for White Bear Lake after sustaining an injury late in the season. He'll fire a shot that's turned into the corner by Kelly. Now rung around the wall here. Battle continues at the Tartan Titans half wall. Long pass goes out to neutral ice where it's smothered here and then dropped right back deep into the Tartan Titan end by Nicky O'Brien, one of those seniors we were just talking about before puck drop, battling to try to keep his high school career alive. Back to pick up is Joe Belay on the White Bear Lake zone. Behind Petman, it skirts out free. Chance shot! What a save made by Petman. Coming down there was Colin Kramer, and he put a great shot on Petman, but unfortunately for the Titans, couldn't beat him.
Petman wasn't sure he had that when he looked behind him, but luckily it was underneath him.
Correction, that was Charlie Ashton sneaking up there after a weird hop off a battle behind that White Bear Lake goal. Now the Bears skate it down immediately. It's Olsen on the right side. It's pickpocketed nicely and worked around by Duggan. Out to the blue line, kept in, fired down low. Olsen will pick it up for the Bears. He'll send it back down for Rode. Rode ran into the wall, keeps the pressure going. Now out to the blue line with it. It's Gallatin. He'll fire a shot that's blocked in front. Taking and firing a shot was Kotzmacher. Took a cross check from behind there as he gets back up. Now it's Rode driving in. Kotzmacher with an opportunity, but he can't get the shot off. It's blocked, and the Titans will skate it out. And it's Ashton who will skate it to the White Bear Lake blue line before dumping it in deep.
Refs are letting them play right now. This has been a physical game to start, but the refs are going to let this go.
Kotzmacher over to Rode. Rode will dump it in deep. We talk about, in the pros especially, but at all levels of hockey certainly affected where the postseason you can get away with a little bit more, and it's certainly been the case so far. Very physical game, which is probably what the Titans wanted to do coming in. Want to knock the Bears around, get them off kilter a bit, and see if you can't sneak one in. They almost did early on with Petman forced to make a save. He'll make another save here, and that'll stop the clock. The 2-minute and 15-second mark on a scoreless first period.
White Bear Lake, they're playing with a little bit more speed, a little bit more aggression so far than Tartan. The Tartan's defense holding strong, not giving White Bear Lake anything out front, forcing them to play along the boards. And Tartan, like you said, Zach, almost drew a quick opportunity earlier in this game.
Back underway, chance in the slot area. It's loose. The Bears able to clear it out. Nice job by Borgstad sliding it to his left. Here's Bishop. Back to Borgstad. Welcome back, Brady, but a beautiful pad save for Stephen Kelly results in, nothing for the Bears. Man, what a great job by Borgstad. Now another try. Bishop! What a save again by Kelly! Oh my goodness, and he'll cover up. And wow, mouth agape. The entire Bears side wondering how in the heck that didn't get put away. That is exactly what the Titans need, and that is exactly what the Bears fear.
You want to talk about a hot goalie? Well, it looks like Tartan's goaltender Kelly is off to a flying start. That could very easily be the difference maker in this game.
Bears keeping the pressure going. It's Kotzmacher in front. One-time road shot cleared away. Good defensive play there by Luke Walker. Battle in the corner, comes free. Walker plays it to the outside. It's Rode. He'll send it down for Olsen. Olsen pinned up against the wall. Rode trying to jam it out, and he's able to as he backhands it to Gallatin. Gallatin immediately sends it off the back wall, now off the side of the Tartan cage. It's ringed around here near side in front of the White Bear student section. Belial will try to keep it in as he looks it up, but he'll have to turn around as it's played along and dumped in deep by Kramer. Gallatin behind his goal. Works it off the wall to himself, skates it through neutral ice, goes down to his knees, gets back up, and now pins a Titan against the wall. Stepping up. That was Hoover. And then a big collision there away from the play. Whistle is blown. And the puck went out of play, I believe, Chad?
Yeah, this guy with his popcorn's got it over here.
And keep it. Give it to a kid. We got plenty of them. He's going to get a new puck. No. Keep it. Give it to a kid. Thank you.
There's a kid right next to you.
Give it to a kid. There you go. There you go. He's going to keep it.
Maybe he caught it in his popcorn bucket.
Could have been. Draw one by the Bears. O'Brien steps up, fires a shot off the back wall to be picked up and worked around by Welch. Welch hit hard up into the boards. In front, down low. Nice little give and go there from Borgstad to Welch. Now in front again. Here's Borgstad with a backhand shot that misses. And the Titans will clear it out. Bertelson puts on the brakes, goes back towards the blue line, keeps with it. Bears try to steal the puck away. Titans doing a great job in front of that White Bear bench, keeping pressure and keeping this forecheck going. It skips the stick of Akins, who adjusts and goes circle to circle with it to O'Brien, who goes off the wall to center. Backhanded by Resch. Now it's O'Brien. Into the zone comes Kotzmacher. Nice move. Kotzmacher's shot and a save made again by Kelly.
Beauty of a toe drag there by Kotzmacher. Tried to sneak it in there, but Kelly was able to deny him.
5 shots on goal for the Bears in the first 5 minutes of this one. Olsen using his body, checks that puck, sends it around. Now it's rimmed around the boards to the near half wall. Now Rode fires a quick shot and another save for Kelly.
I think the Titans are going to want to tighten up their defense a little bit. The Bears are getting a lot of clean chances right in the middle of the ice.
Belial looks on as Gallatin at the blue line with him. Belial very dangerous as a defenseman. From an offensive threat, we'll see if he can find a way to test Kelly. Rode, just lost it here, and then the Titans able to gain the line and dump it in deep. Good individual effort by Brody Laska. The Bears come back out, flip to center. Defensive work by Sean Duggan, keeping it in front of him. Got it over for Ashton. Now back to Duggan. Centering pass forced in the corner. Duggan lost it. Bears come out with it. Kotzmacher jams it off the wall. Bears will try to get a quick line change in as the Titans regroup. They work it backwards for Duggan. Takes a big hit. Bears touch up. Here comes Akins into the zone for the Bears. Drops it back for Delaney. Played back to center by Tartan. O'Brien steps up and flings it in. Way out of his goal was Kelly. He'll help the puck around, but the Bears stole it for a moment before it's pickpocketed nicely by Bertelson, who reverses direction, skates it up the left wing side, and then gives it forward here for Resch. Stone Resch pushes it on goal, and an easy save made for Petman.
Well, Kelly for Tartan, he's making plays not just in net, but you saw him get way out of his area to make a play on the puck, which White Bear definitely was going to win the race to that. But, man, Chad, you said it earlier, this Tartan defense is giving up way too much in the front of the goal. Their goaltender, Kelly, is bailing them out right now.
Bears looking for an outlet here. 6.5 minutes gone in this Section 4 AA quarterfinal. It's Bishop. Fires a shot. Kelly makes save number 7.
Well, both teams so far kind of seem to have the same kind of game style going. Play with speed, hit when they hit immediately when someone touches the puck. But Well, whenever you're giving either one of these teams space, they're creating chances.
Petman behind his goal will leave it for Borgstad. Borgstad goes off the wall for Belisle. Belisle backhands one off the glass to the blue line, kept in, fired wide to the goal by Leo Milan. Milan will track it down here in his own zone this time. Plays it over here for Wobsy. And in offside was Blake Tessito.
You were talking about Joe Belisle earlier. It looks like Joe Belisle and Grady Gallatin are going to log a lot of ice for the Bears tonight. They barely have left ice. They just got to change now, but they're logging a lot of time out there.
Nicky O'Brien off the backhand of Olsen, and unfortunately for the Bears, hybrid icing not in play. Kotzmacher easily would have won that battle, but it's just out of his reach.
Zach, one difference that I'm noticing between these teams is Tartan is playing the dump-in chase game where they just kind of fling the puck into the zone and then try to win the races for the puck, whereas White Bear has somebody that just goes hightailing in with the puck, already controlling it. A little bit different styles of breaking into the zone that we're seeing tonight.
Not seeing much of a trap game employed yet by Tartan. They're still fairly aggressive on the forecheck, and normally when you have more of a at least coming into this game, a more lopsided opponent, and it's actually paying off for them. They're getting opportunities, and give them credit for sticking to their game plan here. Rode tried to get after it. Good job by Ramackle, who beat Rode to the puck and took what could have been a 2-on-1 away. Olsen. Weak angle shot. Kelly making the save. Bears went fishing for a rebound, and none was given. And definitely the chippiness starting to pick up a bit here, Chad.
That's for sure. It's been very physical so far. A little bit of action after the whistles. Hopefully nothing big comes out of that. Got to be smart when it comes to playoff hockey.
Well, this was the Stillwater crew. We would have had about 20 penalties already called.
Yep.
The first 9 minutes of this one. It'll be interesting to see if the Bears, if they can win this one, maybe get a rematch. And hopefully much better circumstances too. Joe Belisle at center ice. Navigates his way through, goes to Welch on the right side. Now back, one-time shot, Bishop. And Kelly makes the save.
Well, right there for White Bear, their defenseman, Chad, like you said, who's playing a ton of minutes. Joe Belisle makes a play, has some crafty stick handling, and he has been a factor all year for White Bear. And I guess Tartan having issues changing?
Yeah, I think Titans trying to line match, and as the road team, you can't do that. So we'll get right back underway. Hetman lets one go off his paddle. Gallatin backhands it forward. Stolen back by Borgstad. The red line brought in offside.
That's been a little bit of an issue so far for the Titans.
I wonder if that's why, Chad, they're kind of going to that dump-in chase game, because maybe they've had that offsides issue throughout the year, and so to kind of counter that, they just dump the puck in so you don't risk the offsides.
Here's Gibson. His pass hits a skate, goes out to neutral ice. It's dumped back in by O'Brien. Across here, backhanded by Delaney wide of the goal. Gibson will pick it up here in the corner. Goes back behind. Taking a big hit was Hoover, and then returning the favor was Michael Delaney. Bears have to touch up. They'll get back on side. Hoover will give chase as it's played to the far corner for Sean Duggan. Up in the air. And it'll be icing will be called on the Titans. But again, this is just a physical game on both sides, and so far, clean.
Yeah, keeping it clean. No elbows or anything yet. At least that's been called.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't even think I've noticed it. Maybe there was a cross check or two that got missed, but nothing that really stands out. The hits have been clean and they've just been big.
Yep.
Charlie Olson sends it behind the goal. Titans use that to break it out. Ashton to his right. It flutters on goal. Petman smothers it up. .7:01 to go, period number 1. Scoreless through the first 10. Titans trying to get something going here. Bears steal it away. Belial slowing things down. He'll go behind his goal. Goes up to Olson. Olson threading it through here, keeping with it. Got it forward to Kotzmacher, but they're going to say hand pass. Which, they had a better view of it, I guess. It looked like he just kind of pushed it forward with his body, but we'll bring the face-off back into the White Bear Lake end with 2:40 to go.
6:40.
As it's pushed off the wall and into the Tartan Titan end, it's Leo Milan. He'll swing it over, and it's backhanded to center, where Belial will steal it and send it hard into the Titan end. Stone Resch for Leo Milan. Bishop driving his way to the goal, and then it's poked away. Helping out here in support is Borgstad. He battles with the other number 11, Noah Joyce, and Joyce is able to get it out to center. Joyce working his way in down to the corner. Pass across, shot, what a save by Bettman. Coming from left to right and denying a beautiful Titan opportunity. And the Bears will try to back up their goaltender here with a chance of their own. And it's Bishop getting it over to Welch, who took a big hit as he entered the zone. And another collision in the corner from Borgstad, and then the Titans will gain the line and dump it in deep. What a weird hockey game this has been.
This is crazy.
A lot of fun, a lot of excitement, but hard to really put your finger on it at this point. Out high, a shot on goal, turned away by Petman. He tried to get the rebound with his glove and just missed it. And then the puck goes into the netting behind. That'll stop play with 4:55 to go in the opening period. Shots on goal, Tartan 6, White Bear Lake 9.
Well, Zach, I know we've talked about, and Chad, you've mentioned it too, how physical this game has been, how there's been no penalties. I think the refs need to call something. This game is starting to get a little bit out of hand. I've seen a few that really should have been called. I think that you got to call something before this game gets almost too out of hand, because on that last shift, it seemed like both teams are just trying to take each other's heads off rather than score.
For sure.
Olson high off the glass. It bounces down there just outside the Tartan zone. Bears will touch up, and then the Titans with a quick pass will thread it through to Kramer. Kramer spins the outside. Driven hard into the wall, battle in the corner. Ashton stolen away from him. Top of the circle opportunity. Bears steal it right back. It's Kotzmacher. He'll cut through the neutral zone. Sticks with it. Played around the wall. Backhanded to center. Tracked down by Grady Gallatin. He'll give it over for Belial, who fires a quick pass forward off the stick of Road, which negates the icing as they dump it down, and a wholesale change for White Bear Lake as the Titans try to do the same thing. It doesn't go into the zone, however. Bears will return it to the Titan end. Given over here, and then a cross-ice pass over into the zone. Come the Titans now dangerously. Driven behind the wall is Bucci. Bishop scoops it forward. Jammed back in by the Titans at the blue line. O'Brien, high into the air, drops down. Right in front of Borgstad, who skates it in. Borgstad driving to the goal, sends one on goal, save made, rebound covered by Kelly. 3:07 to go in the opening period.
Well, Zach, despite the fact there have been 0 goals, this has been a really entertaining game to watch. It's been physical. There's been plenty of chances. There's been good shots on net, but, man, just no one can seem to find the back of the net yet against 2 hot goaltenders.
Up the ice, the Titans go. But the Bears have something to say at their blue line. It's Gallatin. He'll give it over for Belial. And Belial will skate it forward here, gains the line, sends it off the boards in the Tartan bench, and that'll bring a center ice face-off. On the Pods Complete Car Care and Accessories scoreboard, not much to report, still zeros. Bears had it for a moment, stolen away, and then a centering pass just out of the reach of Tecito. And White Bear Lake out with it now. Belial in front, all across. Olsen! I don't know what happened there. That just completely missed, Chad. What was? Or did it catch a piece of Kelly?
It caught a piece of Kelly. It caught the edge of his elbow, I think.
Yeah, I thought it deflected a little bit. Not much.
Not much, but yeah. And that puck will dribble just barely icing. I'll tell you what, that was a lot of trust in that, how that puck was going to roll.
Yeah.
Because Kelly kind of just was like leaving it. That thing easily could have maybe took a harder turn and went to the back of the net instead. Goes for an icing.
I'm probably going to jinx it now, but we really haven't seen the Nets come off the mornings yet this game.
Yeah, they usually hold off until like the third period at a crucial moment in the game.
Exactly.
End of the second.
Used to be all the time. Now they just wait for the important moments. 2-on-1 here for Bishop and Borgstad. Bishop shot, missed the net, hit the glass behind. And now the Titans trying to spring a man free. It will be dumped in. Getting there first is Kramer. He tried to find Kramer for a breakaway and couldn't do so. O'Brien now moving it forward. Bears have some numbers, but they can't take advantage of it. It goes off the skates of Borgstad and into the Tartan Titan zone. And back the other way come the Titans. Coming across here, getting a shot off, but unable to hit the net. Bears coming back. It's Olsen off the glass. Kept in nicely by Resch. And he'll send it through the slot. And then it's jammed back out to center. Olsen trying to race forward here. Poked to the corner by Resch. Rhodes spins, keeps it in, got it to the slot, and then it's played out to center by the Titans. Resch, right side, winds up, fires a shot. It's scooped in the, was it in the glove or in the pads here? We'll find out in a second. In the pads. He brought the glove down and it just missed, but the pads did their job, kept the puck out, and Nicholas Petman makes his 7th save of the hockey game.
Yeah, Petman, great job there not to let out a rebound because there's a Tartan Titan right on his doorstep.
Well, Zach, a little bit before that, we saw one of Tim Sager's biggest pet peeves, and that's when a player misses the net high. That drives him nuts, especially on a scoring chance like for Bishop.
Olsen up in the air. Bounces back, picked up by the Titans, and then the Bears steal it right back before the Titans swat it back to Joe Belial. Belial trying to find an option there, try to go to Road, but couldn't connect. Bile again. He'll go over to Kotzmacher, but it's just out of his reach. 6 seconds ago on the Pods Complete Car Care and Accessories scoreboard. Titans with a chance for a buzzer beater here, but that will do it for period number 1. And in the opening game of the 2022 Section 4 AA tournament, I guess if you don't cut the play-in game the other night, the score reads White Bear Lake 0, Tartan 0 on the Pods Complete Car Care and Accessories scoreboard. Chad, your thoughts on the first 17?
Well, I thought it was a pretty even game for that whole period. Each team had high quality chances. The Bears might have had more clean shots, but Kelly has came up huge for the Tartan Titans, and Petman has been great for the Bears when needed as well.
And Gabe, you talked about the penalties and the lack thereof, the physicality of this one. I can't imagine that'll go away as we go on in this game.
No, playoff hockey, always very physical, always tough. And these two teams, I don't know if they just dislike each other. This was just their game plan coming in to play this physical. Well, this isn't going to go away after one period, but I got to believe with how physical and how chippy this game has been, someone's gonna make a mistake and give go on the penalty kill in the next period. I'd imagine it's going to happen maybe pretty quickly into the second.
We are inside a jam-packed TCO Sports Garden for some Section 4 AA quarterfinal hockey. We appreciate you tuning in. We'll take a quick breather. We'll come back for more. The greatest hockey arena in the world. Again, thanks so much to Pods Complete Car Care and Accessories, as well as Will Anderson, American Family Insurance, WillAndersonAgency.com for Will, PodsTire.com for Pods. We love what they do, and we appreciate their support making this happen because, these are fun games to do, and we're so happy to be here. We're very happy to have you here. We'll take a breather, come back with more after this. White Bear Lake 0, Tartan 0, after 1 on the home of White Bear Nation, The Horn.
I'm Will Anderson. Graduated from White Bear Lake High School in 1991. Played hockey for the Bears for 3 years. I was lucky enough to go to the state tournament my sophomore and junior year. My thing at American Family is I believe that customer service is a lost art form. You can buy insurance from a number of different people and a number of different ways out there. If you're buying insurance online and you don't have a representative, I'd love to be that person. One of the things that makes us a little bit different is we always insure people the way we would want to be insured. So I start out with a very robust insurance package. I believe that your home is your number one asset. So you want to make sure that's very well protected. Most people would rather pay a little bit more to have great coverage. And that's what we do. We give people the options for great protection. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, but you can call us, text us at 612-361-7283. That's my cell phone, 612-361-7283, or WillAndersonAgency.com.
Hey, welcome back to the home of White Bear Nation. It's the Horn. Hopefully you can hear us. Hopefully some weird copyright strike with some song that's playing in the background here. We've had that before where our stream got taken down because something Alex Westad played.
Yep. I think there was something one in the last games.
Yeah,
UMG or something like that.
They released the claim. They're like, they've looked at it, they're like, this is stupid. But anyway, White Bear Lake and Tartan scoreless after one with Chad Olson and Gabe Bartlett. I'm Zach Halverson. And Gabe, man, we were talking in the intermission here during the break, but this is a little concerning. I mean, how hot Stephen Kelly was in that first period for the Tartan Titans, the Titans goaltender, Stephen Kelly. It's got to be a little worrisome here. Because we've seen crazier things, certainly, in these section quarterfinals.
Well, Zach, we just talked about a crazy thing that we saw. Prior Lake defeating Eden Prairie. Eden Prairie, a constant favorite to win the state tournament. And I'm not saying that this is, the same level, but a hot goaltender, man, that can make a big difference. And we're seeing it. Stephen Kelly has made some saves. I know I saw a comment on here. Sega the Genesis said someone send that save to ESPN, could make the top plays. And that's totally correct. Stephen Kelly has been terrific. He's made diving saves. He's made all the saves he's supposed to make. And, Nicholas Petman, you could say the same thing, but Kelly has been, in my book, the MVP of this game so far. And then with how physical this game has been, if these guys start getting worn down a little bit and stop taking shots that are, that are closer and more high opportunity chances, then, Stephen Kelly could continue to stay hot, and not only could they upset White Bear in this game, if he stays hot moving forward, they could potentially make some noise against what I would assume they're going to face Stillwater.
Chad, we go to you now, and if you need to take a breather and get more tape to put down to block out this area,
I might have to be a bouncer over here.
I don't know why they would ask you while you have a headset on. But anyway, I mean, I hate to bring this up, and it's not on the same scale at all, but we are on the 10th anniversary of a different, or not to the day, but the 10-year, I guess, difference between one of the more disappointing section quarterfinal moments in White Bear history. When you've seen this, how have you graded this team through the first 17, and how concerned are you knowing what you've seen in the course of your couple decades as a Bears fan?
Yeah, we were definitely scarred from some past performances. A little bit different than than the Johnson game, where the Johnson game we were
looking good.
Yeah, we were looking good, putting the puck in the back on that. The concerning thing right now is that we haven't scored a goal, and the goalie for the Tartan Titans is playing great. Like you said, it would not be on the same caliber at all, but it can happen. Very easily.
And we almost saw it happen last year, too, against Woodbury.
Well, I've got a comparison. My freshman year as a team manager, White Bear Lake against Tartan, first game. Two hot goaltenders. Bob Parento was the goaltender for White Bear, allowed a 1 goal. Final score of the game, 1-0. Tartan won.
Yeah.
And that was a game White Bear was
That's a good point.
the
We haven't even brought that one up yet. So
and the seeds were the same exact thing.
That's a good point, yeah.
3 and 6.
It was a hot goaltender, and Tartan went on the next game, and they got steamrolled by a very good Stillwater team that year. But nonetheless, it's giving me vibes of that game.
The Titans seem to play White Bear Lake pretty well. They don't play them often. They only usually meet here in the postseason, being in different conferences. And I'll tell you, this is it's been a much more optimistic game so far for Tartan. Certainly not saying anything is decided or whatever, but a good start for the Titans. And not only we talk about the fact that their goaltender's playing well, but they also have 7 shots on goal to their name, and they've been putting some good opportunities up against Petman, Chad, and that's something that the Bears really have to work on fixing too.
Yeah. There's been a few times where the Tartan Titans could have had a breakaway and just the puck went the other way or something. So the Bears got to clean it up a little bit in the back end and not let up so many odd man rushes.
Not much to report again on that Pods Complete Car Care and Accessory scoreboard. Shots on goal 10-7 in favor of White Bear Lake. Not a lot of open seats here A lot of people lining the rink all the way around here. And it's a pretty cool atmosphere. The Bears try to take advantage of it somehow, some way, and get a puck in at least this period, in the north end of the TCO Sports Garden.
Also, one thing, the student sections for both sides, although the Tartan one isn't very big, have been super active this game. Anytime there's a hit, a shot, anything, both student sections go nuts. It's awesome here today.
It's certainly been loud here, and that's certainly helped out by the horrific acoustics in here and zero padding to catch the sound, but it's also been pretty loud too.
And prop to the Titans for bringing a good amount of students. Unfortunately, nowadays you don't see many visiting student sections.
Oh, definitely see a nice showing here by both sides, and appreciate even the Titans fans tuning in here on the Horn as we get back underway. Tartan trying to get a quick opportunity, and they got one toward the goal. Wouldn't call it a save, but is covered up by Petman.
Yeah, just a weird bounce.
Yeah. Bertelson was trying to catch that pass, but it hit a stick, went up into him, went off of his body, went on goal softly, and that allowed Petman to just cover that up. Bears will try for a quick chance the other way. Borgstad poked back to the blue line, kept in, fired toward the goal, hits the back wall, now off the side of the cage. Rung around hard here, it'll be gathered by the Titans. Forced up through neutral ice, poked along by Akins, and then carried in by Milan, who fires a weak angle shot, and the save made is by Petman.
Zach, one thing that White Bear needs to do, I've talked to Tim Sager about this team a little bit, and one guy, Joe Belisle, he's talking about, is the best shooter on the team at getting the puck past everyone's pads. A lot of guys, they shoot the puck, it goes flying off of somebody, and Belisle is the best at getting it through. If White Bear Lake can get a bunch of guys in front, he can find the lane to get that puck through. That could be a very good opportunity for the Bears.
Rode off the wall to the blue line, one-handing it was Kotzmacher, but it's forced back deep into the White Bear Lake end by the Titans. Now Rode trying to go the opposite way. It was poked off his stick. He'll try to get it back, having all sorts of issues behind. Great forecheck put on by the Titans, and then a centering attempt is forced back behind. Another try goes off the side of the White Bear Lake goal, and Olsen will pick that one up. He'll gain the line, and he'll get it in. Kotzmacher getting after it now for White Bear Lake. Sends it back behind the goal for Olsen. Olsen pinned up against the wall, trying to get it free. Titans work it free off the wall to center. It'll be grabbed by Gallatin. He'll work it 85 feet right for Belisle, who gains the line and sends it right back into the Tartan end. Rode gaining momentum here as he tried to force it forward. It's poked back behind him. He'll go backwards with it. And then Gallatin helping shovel it down deep into the Tartan end. Titans doing a good job at least keeping that puck to the perimeter as they get it out to neutral ice, and then it'll be sent into the White Bear Lake side. Belisle will pick it up. Titans getting a change. Certainly when you flip sides, the game changes just a bit, and we saw a lot of dump and chase by the Titans in the first period, and that will probably stay the same, if not more, here in the second. You got to get that line change made when you can. Fresh skater is so crucial in games like this, especially close ones.
Dump and chase is also a good way to wear down the other team's defense. The fact that they have to keep hightailing it back for those pucks, that can start to wear a team down.
Kyle Gibson puts a big hit on. Bertelson contacted by Hoover. Titans get it free. They have numbers, but it's out of the reach of Bucci, who could have maybe had a 2-on-1 if the pass was on tape, but instead we continue here. The Titans, another shot. Petman making the save, sending it off his pad in the air. Another try by the Titans. That's blocked in front. Nice job by Akins getting in the way of that shot. And the Bears able to one-hand it out off the stick of Kyle Gibson, and then the Titans send it into the netting, and that's a rough break there for the Titans. Actually might have maybe made contact with
Petman hit it with his blocker.
Petman blocker. So all right, face off will remain in the White Bear Lake zone. Not a bad play, honestly, for Petman. I think he might take that, at least get some fresh skaters out to the Bears. Had some real tired guys. They get a fresh 5. 3 minutes gone on the Ponds Complete Car Care and Accessories scoreboard. It's still scoreless here. Titans will try to change that if they can win this face-off.
Yeah, it'll be
Cleveland.
huge for Tartan to get the first goal of this game.
The Royals last year got first blood early in that game. And that certainly helped them get to at least overtime, get that bounce away from winning that one and upsetting the Bears. Titans will try to do what Woodbury couldn't. A little tap by Bishop as the puck goes into the Titan zone. Rung around the wall by Kelly. Borgstad has it in his skates. He'll kick it back toward the blue line. It's stolen by Welch. Back to Borgstad. Flip back to Welch. Welch will go behind the goal now to the near side. Welch protecting that puck. Got it to Gallatin, who sends it down low. And again, a much tighter Titan defense here as Gallatin goes right to Belial, whiffs on the one-timer. As I was saying, Chad, a lot more perimeter play by the Bears. Not much room for them to work with out in front.
Yeah, the complete opposite of the first period where the Bears could almost skate into the middle of the ice at will.
Good adjustment made by the Titans here over the intermission. Bishop working along that wall. Lost it. Gallatin steps up, tries to keep it in front of him, can't do so. The dribbling puck goes on the White Bear Lake goal. Quick pass out here for Welch. Now to Rode, all alone. Rode moving in, and it's a blocker save for Kelly. Cut off that angle, did not give much net for Rode to shoot at, and he blockered that one away. Another try from just in front of the White Bear Lake bench goes wide of the goal. Now Olsen. Olsen shot, score! Aiden Aikens got the puck at the blue line, found a wide open Charlie Olsen on the back door, and the Bears draw first blood.
Zach, I would have guessed the go-ahead goal would have came on that Leighton Road and Tyler Bishop 2-0, but White Bear Lake, they stayed aggressive. They didn't let the puck get out of the zone, and Charlie Olsen on the back door gets a great pass. He was patient with the shot as well. He didn't rush it. He was patient, held it, let Kelly make the mistake.
Here's Olsen with a try again, and he hits the post. Hit it off the pad of Kelly. It rang off the iron, and he almost had 2 goals in about 10 seconds, but the post denies Charlie Olsen.
Right there again, he was patient, let Kelly over a attack almost in net, and then he almost buried it, but man, that was a great first goal for White Bear Lake. That's going to help their momentum, even though Kelly is staying hot.
Pods, complete car care and accessories. Scoreboard reads White Bear Lake 1, Tartan 0 with 11 minutes and 21 seconds to go in the middle frame. The puck was iced by the Bears, and that'll bring a face-off back in the White Bear Lake end. A great start to the second period by the Titans, and then we talked about just how tight it was out in front, but Bears kept with it, took advantage of an opportunity. The Titans looking for the equalizer. Lyle, good job there, good stick work as a hand goes up. The Titans fire a shot with the delayed penalty. It's covered up by Petman. And then some pushing and shoving after the whistle. And I think the Titans will go on the power play. At least they were.
They're going to take both?
Are they going to? And now.
Because I think originally it was going to be the Bears.
It was only going to be the one. Gallatin will go to the box for the Bears.
We'll see if they give an extra.
Gavin Bucci will go to the Bears or go to the box for the Titans. And I don't know, maybe it was the extra touch on Petman's glove after the whistle.
Yeah, the Bears are going to have an extra guy in there.
Okay, so one will be coincidental, and then the additional one will make it so the Titans will, in fact, have a power play. And the Bears have to pick a man off the bench to go serve it. And doing the honors is going to be Jordan Carroll.
Congrats to Jordan.
I don't think I've called Carroll's name all year.
This is going to be interesting. Now, I'm not sure how effective Tartan's power play is, but this is a big opportunity for them to get back into this game.
Tartan coming into this game with the power play percentage of 14.
Bears penalty kill at 87.5. So we'll see what happens here. The Titans could take advantage of the man advantage. Olsen off the face-off. Trying to cut his way through, does. Olsen gets a shot, missing just wide. Good for the Bears, though. Bounces all the way back to neutral ice. That allows Belisle to just backhand it deep into the Titans' end. And just like that, 20 seconds of this 2-minute power play are gone. Into the zone. Here come the Titans. All alone. Backhand chance. Petman denying Chet Burleson the opportunity. Nolan Road looking for some redemption here. Fires it on goal, and it's deflected just wide off of Belisle's stick.
Man, how good is Joe Belisle?
Road forces a turnover and has a stick ripped out of his hands. The officials saw it, and we're going to get a penalty on the Titans. A hold.
Steve Grimalauskas getting some work in the penalty box after having a quiet first period.
That is for sure. Heading to the box is Colin Kramer.
Zach, I think this benefits White Bear a little bit more. At Tartan, we saw them playing that very tight defense earlier. With less guys on the ice, with all that extra space, it becomes a lot harder to hold that. And the other thing for White Bear is if they can get out of this 4-on-4 without giving up a goal, then they're going to go on the power play for about 40 seconds.
Titans take advantage of that face-off win, work it right down the ice. Sure, something great is happening down there. We can't see it.
No.
It's finally worked free by the Bears. 45 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Nicky O'Brien. That's a lot of sauce in that saucer pass there, Chad. That was all over the place as it's picked up by Belisle. He'll skate it in, opens up, looks to his left. Trying to help out down there is Bishop, but he lost it. Titans back the other way. Little dump and change for the top two forwards, the Titans, as the Bears work it back. Right side shot by Welch is turned away. Puck on edge as the Titans grab it. And skating it in is Leo Milan. Goes behind the goal with it. Bears are full strength. 5-on-4 power play now for the Bears. We'll see how the Titans adjust here. Bears is trying to poke it out. I don't think the Titans were totally aware of Kotzmacher was behind their decor. It's back again to 5-on-4 for another 30 seconds. Bears struggling to get it out of their zone. They finally do so. Belisle poking it along. But it's stolen right back by Duggan, who gains the line and sends it in. The Bears really not taking advantage of their power play like they'd like to be. By the way, their power play at 22.2% heading into this one. As Olsen centers a pass, but it's stolen away by Luke Skywalker. And that neutral ice, it's touched offside as a couple of bodies collide, and Nolan Road is hurt. And
he wants to stay on the ice.
Staying out on the ice, and that looked very concerning initially.
And a penalty coming against Tartan for that as well.
Yeah, heading to the box, Ben Axberg.
And Tartan has too many guys on the ice. This should be a 5-on-3 right now.
For a second at least.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was a dangerous play. Looking at it again, Axberg stuck his left leg out, and that was a knee-on-knee collision for on Road. Road will, again, we hope he is going to be okay. I think Coach Sager will smartly take him off the ice, just make sure everything is good. But that Axberg stuck his leg out. It'll be 5-on-3 for a second. As soon as that puck is dropped, Colin Kramer will be released. They go back to 5-on-4 for another 2 minutes, and there it is. Face-off won by the Bears. Back to 5-on-4. Kramer goes into the zone. O'Brien has it. Goes up to the top of the umbrella to Belisle. Belisle to his left for Bishop. Bishop changes positions there with Belisle and goes over to O'Brien. O'Brien centering pass, sticked away by the Titans. Belisle will come back, plays it to some open ice, and connects there with O'Brien, who returns the favor. Worked forward to Borgstad. Borgstad goes cross ice to Welch. Welch working his way in. Now in front for Bishop. Nice moves here off the skate of O'Brien. Couldn't get a handle on it to pull the trigger, and it goes to the corner. Welch for the Bears. Sends it down low, now retrieved by Welch. Out high for Belisle. Belisle to his left for Bishop. Bishop back to Belisle. Belisle skates it, gives it back for Bishop. Now back to Belisle, who picks a corner and scores a power play goal and gives the Bears a 2-0 lead.
Joe Belisle right there, Zach. He worked that power play perfectly. Him and Bishop, that switch, it causes the defense to step up a little bit. And Bishop made the exact right read. He saw the forward step up. He made a great pass to Belisle, and Belisle did exactly what he was supposed to do. He moved inside, waited for Kelly to drop, and shot high.
Titans putting some pressure on immediately, but the Bears able to get it back out to center. Olsen will give it over for O'Brien. Nolan Road out there, good to see him again. Seems to be about 90%. Again, keep an eye on him. That definitely something there. Not skating fully normal yet, but keep an eye on that. Here is the Titans send it in. And that's really the danger here now as the Bears have a 2-0 lead. You want, there's the physicality certainly picking up once again. Olsen will drive to the goal, sends one through the slot. O'Brien will pick it up and send it right back down for Kotzmacher. Kotzmacher trying to avoid a hit. It's in his skates, finally tanking down. Olsen will pick up that loose change, and he'll give it over here for a Road at the half wall. Back to O'Brien at the blue line. He'll fire a shot that hits some traffic in front, deflects on goal, and it's gloved by Kelly. I was talking about, Chet, the fact that the physicality is picking up. You have the 2-goal lead. Not that you can certainly rest on it, but you got to be careful because, A, you don't want to take a penalty, and B, you don't want to get hurt.
You don't want to take a dumb penalty and then Tartan scores and then right back in this game. Bears got to be smart. And like you said, we can't sit on this 2-goal lead. We have done that way too many times in the past, and it's came back to bite the Bears.
Sent down low by Hoover. But the Titans able to get it back out to center, and it's touched with a high stick by Belisle. Then I'll bring a face-off in the White Bear Lake zone on the Ponds Complete Car Care and Accessories scoreboard. It's 6:05 on the clock in the second period. The Bears lead 2-0. Although also outside of the TCO Sports Garden, another score as there's one other game going on in the Section 4 AA tournament. Still 2 to come this evening, but Hill Murray and Roseville battling down at Aldridge Arena. The score after 1. Hill Murray 1, Roseville 0.
Probably not the first period the Pioneers expected.
We'll see as the Bears work it in. It's Bishop. He curls to the outside. Had an option at the blue line for Gallatin, instead just went back down low. Now they do find Gallatin, who fires a shot that took a couple of bounces and a pad save made by Kelly. Now coming back out is Welch with a shot and a beautiful pad save there for Kelly. Bishop backhands one across. It's intercepted by the Titans, and then out to center it goes, where Gallatin will get after it here. Tried to kick it forward, knocked back by the Titans. In on the left side. Sachs with it. He'll push it off the wall. Stepping up is Stone Resch before it's up in the air to center again. Now Borgstad, trail end of a shift, sauces it over for Bishop. Tried the deflection. Instead it goes to the corner. Welch helping out as well. They've been out on the ice for a while now,
Yeah, they
this
have.
line. And you're hearing the whistle from Sager, like, let's work on it.
Let's
Come
get
off
at
when you
least
can.
one guy off.
Yeah. And they finally do get a couple, at least, yeah, looks like two. And then
There we go.
Borgstad will complete the change with the dump in. And then Delaney going out there with Hoover. And Gibson, a quick slapper from out of nowhere, taken by Michael Delaney, is turned away. That was a sneaky good shot.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think it came up on Kelly a lot faster than he expected.
Well, Zach, one other guy that we've seen make a ton of plays tonight, Joe Belisle, turned what was going to be a 3-on-1 into nothing because of a quick, smart, physical play. He continues to be impressive this game.
Hoover steps up. Tried to shovel it out in front, but was knocked back to the corner. Delaney played phenomenal in the kind of line mashing up with Borgstad's injury. And, you talk about, I hate to use the word depth now, but with everybody healthy for the Bears definitely have some depth. This fourth line definitely serviceable. We saw them get their Devin Willett, who's not out there, but got his first goal, and they played well in the last couple games and got a lot of ice time against Blaine. And surprise again. The key word of this team, Chad. We mentioned a lot of this word a lot against Hill Murray, but surprising.
Yeah.
And this team does like to surprise it.
Yeah, you're talking about depth. The Bears have 11 different players with double-digit points this year. You don't usually see that a lot from the Bears.
Titans work their way back in.
That was the thing with that last state tournament team. You could roll 3 lines like it was nothing.
Right.
4 lines like it was nothing.
Here's Kotzmacher threading the needle. Took a slash in the process, and another penalty will be called on the Titans. Give credit to Kotzmacher for keeping his feet moving there. And Gabe, that's what hard work does. You either get the good opportunity or you get taken down or slashed down the way.
Yeah, that's part of the game. If you play fast, play tough, and just keep going and keep your feet moving, you're going to make good things happen. Sort of like in football, how when you see a running back keep his legs moving, he gets extra yards. In hockey, if you keep your legs moving like that, you're going to draw a penalty or create a goal or create a scoring opportunity.
3:01 left in the Pods Complete Car Care and Accessories scoreboard in the second period. The Bears back on the power play. They are 1 for 1, right? Or 2?
1 for 2,
1
I
for
believe.
2.
'Cause they had that short one.
Yeah, it was so weird with all those penalties going on.
We got to get a stats guy
Yeah.
next year. Here's a pass over for Rode. He'll drop it down low, across in front, loose puck. Where is it? Not in the goal.
What a save by Kelly. He got on top of it.
Wow. I think everybody's just trying to figure out where the puck was. And
Yeah. I thought Kotzmacher was going to put that one in.
Absolutely.
Well, I know White Bear is up 2-0, but I still think Kelly is my player of the game in net for Tartan. He has made some unbelievable saves to give them even a fighting chance right now. He's been terrific. Him and Joe Belisle are the 2 players I think that have been the best this game.
The Gabe Bartlett MVP of the game.
I like that. We'll have to use that next tap.
Oh.
Too soon? Too soon. Bears have the power play. Akins to Rode. Lyle trying to go back to Rode. Does so. Took a detour off the stick of Bertelson in the process, but it got there.
This building's got eerily quiet.
It is, but it's very weird. Everybody's just focusing. Soccered forward by Belisle to Olsen. Olsen trying to go back to Rode. Rode steals it away, goes down low. Chance. Olsen shot, and a save made by Kelly. Great play that developed seemingly out of nowhere. And again, Rode just so good on the puck.
Yeah, he is.
Is there more people here now than there were earlier?
It sure seems like it.
Crowd continuing to filter in. Love to see it. And we
Yeah, it's
encourage.
definitely a lot more full around the boards.
Yeah, and even across on the other side there.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are like, well, why would we stand 3 deep on the top of this
Yeah, exactly.
quote-unquote concourse? We encourage you, whether you are a Bears fan or a Titans fan, whatever team advances to Wednesday, to go down and support your team if you can at Aldridge Arena.
Definitely
Doubleheader
more
this year.
More seating there than there is here.
Just a little bit. And you get 2 games the price of 1, I believe. I don't think they're going to clear the arena.
I don't think there's any way they could. That'd be tough. They might, but that'd be tough. You never know with Section 4 AA. So
They're going to call that icing. 1 second remains. We've had 2 now whistles with a second to go and a Titan penalty. They will be full strength once that puck reaches the ice surface. Lyle with the face-off win. Well, he didn't win it, but he got the puck after the face-off win. Under a minute to go. Nolan Road goes to Kotzmacher. Back in the direction of Road, it's just behind him. And the Titans will get it out to center. Long pass, doesn't connect with anybody, goes for an icing instead. 35.9 left in the middle frame.
Well, Zach, we've seen crazy stuff happen in hockey, and 35 seconds left in a period is not little enough time for either of these teams to slow down in hockey. Anything could happen. If one of these teams could get a quick goal here at the end of the period, that could generate a ton of momentum going into the next period, or into the final period, that is.
Lyle went from blue line to blue line with it, but the Titans swatted it back. It's gloved down to the stick of Resch, who moved it forward, and then the Bears steal it right back. 12 seconds to go. Bears in no rush. Belisle trying to kill out the remaining seconds here. Maybe one last rush for Borgstad. Trying to get a shot off. It was knocked away, and time will expire. 34 minutes are gone in this Section 4 AA quarterfinal, and the score reads White Bear Lake 2, Tartan 0. We completely lost audio in our headset because kids are running along the concourse, and Chad, fun fact, static electricity is causing that, but I think everybody else could hear us. Anyway,
Hopefully.
Your thoughts, Chad, on the first 2?
Yeah, Bears a strong period there, finally able to solve Kelly, going into the locker room with a 2-goal lead. Hopefully it will be enough, but the Bears are going to have to keep the pedal on the floor and not let up in the third period because the Titans can score at any second.
Gabe, third period, 17 more minutes to go, and it's a 2-goal lead. They say it's the most dangerous lead in hockey. What do you expect to see in this final 17 of regulation?
Well, it's going to just stay physical. I think this game has been physical. The second period, not so much as the first period, probably a little bit of playoff jitters, but still a physical game nonetheless with some very good scoring opportunities. But yeah, 2 goals is the most dangerous lead in hockey, like you said, because if the team that's down by 2 manages to get a goal, that generates a lot of momentum, then they know they're only down by 1. But if the team with that 2-goal lead, in this case White Bear, manages to get another goal, that will put them up by 3, and that is going to be a tough deficit to make up, especially Tartan, who has really struggled to get a lot of good scoring chances, only 11 shots on net. But I also expect in this third period, as I've said probably 600 times tonight, Kelly, my player of the game to this point, Gabe's MVP. He is continuing to play great, and I would imagine in the third period he's going to be outstanding.
We will take a breather and come back more here in this intermission from the TCO Sports Garden. Again, the White Bear Lake Bears lead the Tartan Titans 2-0 after 2 here in the Section 4 AA quarterfinal on the horn.
I'm Will Anderson. Graduated from White Bear Lake High School in 1991. Played hockey for the Bears for 3 years. I was lucky enough to go to the state tournament my sophomore and junior year. My thing at American Family is I believe that customer service is a lost art form. You can buy insurance from a number of different people and a number of different ways out there. If you're buying insurance online and you don't have a representative, I'd love to be that person. One of the things that makes us a little bit different is we always insure people the way we would want to be insured. So I start out with a very robust insurance package. I believe that your home is your number one asset. So you want to make sure that's very well protected. Most people would rather pay a little bit more to have great coverage. And that's what we do. We give people the options for great protection. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, but you can call us, text us at 612-361-7283. That's my cell phone, 612-361-7283, or willandersonagency.com.
Welcome back to the greatest hockey arena in the world, the universe. At least the known universe. There could be another universe out there, or not a universe, Chad, but some sort of planet that we don't know about that has a better rink. But I from this one,
The metaverse might.
the metaverse might have a better rink. But this one, there is no better one. And we have a great hockey game going on between the White Bear Lake Bears and the Tartan Titans. The Bears lead by a score of 2-0 with Gabe Bartlett and Chad Olson. My name is Zach Calverson. This is our 10th year of covering White Bear High School hockey here on the Horn, 10th season, I should say, and we're so happy and honored to bring it to you with, 17 more minutes, Chad, of hockey, regulation hockey remaining in this one. You got to be happy with how the Bears came out in that second period, but certainly not comfortable yet.
No, not at all. All it takes is for Tartan to pop in one, and they get their confidence back, and game on from there.
Gabe, the penalties certainly started to stack up there toward the end. It was a fairly clean game, at least from a penalty perspective in that first period. What do you expect to see in the third? Do you see more, the officials maybe tightening up a bit, or do you see a little bit looser call in the third?
Well, I think it was actually very similarly called. None of the penalties are really due to how physical the game was. It was more kind of lazy penalties. The trips, the hooks, and then we saw a hold, which don't see that too often in hockey, but it does happen. And so I would expect, though, White Bear, they're going to continue to play the same. And I imagine Tartan, they need to get a little bit more aggressive in the defensive zone. We saw them play very tight out in front of the net. They got to play physical, got to pressure Joe Belisle and Nicky O'Brien, try to force them to cough up a puck or two. And then I did want to give a score update out over at Aldridge Arena. The Hill Murray Pioneers up 4-0 halfway through the second period of their game against the Roseville Raiders. So they are cleaning up Roseville very quickly after a tough first period for Hill Murray. So they're kind of similar games. Slow first period for the favored team. Second period picked it up. It's going to be interesting to see what White Bear can do in this third period, if they can hold this lead or if Tartan's going to come out with a little bit of fire.
Well, let's take a look at the bracket. This is obviously not including the scores from the game today here at 2:30 and 3 o'clock as well. Gentry Academy and Woodbury will battle this afternoon here at TCO Sports Garden, and then Stillwater and Eastridge at the nightcap tonight over at St. Croix Valley Rec Center. The winner of this one will go on to play the winner of Stillwater and Eastridge. And then, of course, Hill and Roseville, that one will play the winner of Gentry Academy and Woodbury, also at Aldridge. So a doubleheader on Wednesday night at Aldridge Arena. Good to see that is back. And, this is one of the more competitive sections in the state, Chad. And you never know, first of all, who's going to be there on Wednesday and who's going to be in that semifinal doubleheader. Used to be on a Tuesday night and on a Wednesday night deal. They used to separate them, but they're back together, and it should make for a good night of hockey.
Yeah, it should. Make sure to probably get there a little early. It's going to be a little bit of a mess. I doubt the Hill Murray and Gentry game will be full at the start, but as it gets further and further on, it's going to fill up, so make sure to get there early if the Bears make it, or if they don't make it, go down there and support some great hockey.
Yeah, either way, go there.
Yep. And with Gentry in the section this year, that's a whole new wild card because we don't really know how good they are due to their not as great schedule as Hill Murray or White Bear still.
We know that they weren't happy with the seeding, but they were seeded fourth, and again they will play at 5:30 in that 4 versus 5 game. Certainly, they've got a lot to prove here. If the Bears move on, we could make the assumption, Chad, that Stillwater will beat Eastridge tonight. Obviously, anything can happen, but
yep.
And I'll tell you, after seeing Stillwater and White Bear play earlier this year, excited at the prospect that those two teams can win their respective games. The Bears here in this third period, and then the Ponies tonight. That would be a fun rematch to see.
Yeah, Stillwater and White Bear are always fun, especially in the section tournament.
And due to postponements, they only were able to play once this year. They couldn't get that second game in, so what a time to do it. Ponies did win that lone meeting 3-2 here at TCO Sports Garden, but that was a very different hockey game than what we've seen the rest of the year in terms of penalties and everything else that went down. So a normal called game between those two teams would be fun to see. We'll see if the Bears can seal the deal or if the Titans will battle their way back into this one and cause some trouble. A long pass here for Bishop, splits the D, and coming way out and making the save was Kelly. Another try here for the Bears, but it's knocked back behind, and a centering pass. Here's Bishop again, and another save for Kelly. The Titans had 13, or the Bears rather had 13 shots in that second period to add to their 10 in the first, and now they're 1 in the third for a total of 24 shots. The Titans had 7 shots in the first, 4 shots in the second for their total of 11 here early in the third. Great play by Petman on the other, great play by both goaltenders, really. And as Gabe was mentioning earlier, leading candidate for Gabe's player of the game is Stephen Kelly on the Titans side. Has played so good for his team in this one. Unfortunately, the offense just unable to get going as of yet, but still easily within striking range here as Ashton works his way in, battles his way to the goal, centers one in front, shot missing the net. Oh, a lot of net to shoot at there, and Brody Laska will want that one back. Oh my goodness.
I thought that was in the back of the net.
The Titans, I think, maybe even wanted a penalty there and maybe earned one. Puck goes on edge. It's poked away by Kelly. Had a brief collision there with Olsen. And the Titans will have to regroup there as they get it right back and send it just wide of the White Bear Lake goal, where Belial will handle it for a moment. Finds its way to the stick of Gallatin. Now it's Delaney giving it over for Rode. Rode skates his way in. Goes to his right. Knocked off his stick by the Titans. Back here comes Stone Resch. Resch cuts from left to right through neutral ice. Drives his way in. Goes behind. Centers one out in front. Cleared to the outside where it's picked up by Tartan for a moment before the Bears steal it right back. Delaney, some nice moves here, cutting from left to right. Lost it at center ice, and it's sent back in off the stick of Darren Tibet. Icing is going to be called on White Bear.
Zach, on that last series, I think there was 2 missed penalties actually on White Bear. There was definitely a hook out in front of Petman right before the shot that probably should have gone in the net but ended up going wide. Kind of was like that game against Centennial, wide open net. Centennial player just missed the net. And also on the breakaway, I think Charlie Olsen made contact with Kelly, and it doesn't matter if it was led to a goal or not. It is a penalty if you hit the goaltender.
Olsen play behind everything, so obviously officials maybe had their heads turned and see it, but again, a very wide open game this has been in terms of penalties. It takes a lot now to get called, and you know, I guess I would take that extreme over the other extreme.
For sure.
Borgstad.
Bears getting a little too loose with their passes right now. Luckily, it hasn't ended up in their own net.
It's amazing. Oh, they're going to have to wave that off.
Wave it off.
Oh,
are you kidding me?
Horrible. And the official's smiling over here, and I think
he knows.
Yeah, that is. What?
Maybe a little bit of a makeup call for the missed penalties, but I don't know how icing makes up for it.
Well, we play on. Bears win the draw. Welch over here for Borgstad. Back in the direction of Welch, who tried to scoop it from behind, but the Titans stole away on that exchange. Here's Laska. Poking it back. Bears steal it. Left side into the zone comes Welch across. Bishop now to Gallatin. Weak angle shot. Hits the side of the cage. Goes on the netting, or the glass, I should say.
You usually don't see Tyler Bishop pass up a shot, so I was kind of surprised to see him make that extra pass when he probably should have shot it.
13 and a half remaining here as the puck goes up the ice. Carried in by Bertelson. Let it go as he entered the zone. Dribbling puck goes just wide of the Titan goal for an icing.
Well, Zach, I will say one thing that I thought Tartan really needed to do in this period is play with a little bit more energy, get some speed into the zone, but they have looked sluggish so far. White Bear Lake has taken control of this game, and they need to keep the foot on the gas. You don't want to let up, especially right now with 13 minutes left.
Olsen ridden off the puck. Icing. Okay. You never know, right?
You never know.
The blue line poked forward. Here's Olsen. Olsen moving in, and a shot turned away by Kelly. Another big save for him. Just making a routine of it at this point. As O'Brien gets in the way of that puck, has to wait for Kotzmacher to get on side before sending it down low. Harder on the wall, back out to neutral ice. Bears will have it. Aikens one-hands it forward here for Rode. Rode avoids a hit, gives it over for Olsen. Olsen driving in, sends a puck off of a stick, goes over the Tartan goal. Kind of flustered Kelly there for a second as Olsen sends one for Belial, who misses the goal. Gallatin steps up, try to go to Belial down the corner. Back behind for Olsen. Belial now in the corner again. Kotzmacher. Centered one, stolen away by Bertelson. Bertelson skates it down low. He'll backhand it off the wall for Wobsey, who will send it down the ice, and it'll go for an icing just barely as it touches the side of the cage. With 11:53 to go on the Pods Complete Car Care and Accessories scoreboard, White Bear Lake 2, Tartan 0.
Zach, I want to mention this. Dan Anderson, who's very active in the comments, just mentioned Tartan only runs 2 lines, so it's been the same 6 forwards for Tartan this whole game. That wears a team down, and I know some teams that's just due to depth and other purposes, but especially in this game, that's going to be tough to come back when your guys are tired.
Another saving grace right now is they've kept, within striking distance, a 2-goal lead. Can still be a race, and that's been in part because of Stephen Kelly. So just riding your guys that you can trust out there and hoping that they can do something special. And let's just face it, they were inches away from doing that very thing. It could have been 2-1 easily earlier in this period. As the Titans will get this puck at Stone Resch. Plays it to Ashton in the corner. Belial pokes it off his stick. It's Gallatin now with the puck. Goes back to Belial. Belial uses that goal as a shield as he works his way forward and gives it to Borgstad. Back across for Gallatin. Gallatin driving in, goes behind, and then hits it off the side of the cage to himself. And then is pickpocketed nicely by Ashton, who flips it up in the air to the White Bear Lake blue line. Bishop into the zone now, driving in along that wall. Off his stick to Kramer. Nicky O'Brien will dump it deep into the Titan end, where it's Milan who will pick it up, and he'll gain speed out of his zone. Cuts in. Milan in front, and they can't connect. Reaching after it was Tecito. Brian pitch and catch there with Aikens. Intercepted by the Titans, but the Bears get it right back off a big hit by Aiden Welch. O'Brien behind his goal. At the red line, dumped back in by Walker. O'Brien again over for Aikens. Long pass there for Kotzmacher. Now low, here's Olsen for 2! And another big save made. Olsen gets it again, fires a shot that is blocked. Dropping down to a knee was Axberg. Road. Another shot that misses. Flurry of opportunities, now whistle blown, hand goes up in the air, and a slash will be called on the White Bear Lake Bears, an offensive zone penalty. Charlie Olson will head to the penalty box, and now this Titans power play coming into this game with a 14% success rate will have an opportunity to cut this White Bear Lake lead in half.
Well, if there was ever a time you need your power play to step up in a big way, it's gonna be right now. And Tartan, they gotta get set up quickly. They gotta start moving the puck and do not let White Bear Lake generate any chances. But as we've seen, it hasn't been great.
Titans win the draw. It's played behind the White Bear Lake goal. Bears knock it hard off the wall to the blue line. Kept in and worked along that line. Up the right side, here's Stone Resch with it. He'll flip it up in the air off the wall. Coming over there is O'Brien to help. He'll quickly get it to the blue line, but great work by Resch keeping it in. He fires a shot off the shin pad of O'Brien, and it goes behind the White Bear Lake goal. Stepping up is Noah Joyce for the Titans. O'Brien steals it right back. He takes a Resch hit, now the puck in his skates. 9 minutes to go here in the third period. 1 minute, 23 seconds to go on the power play for the Tartan Titans as they are desperate for a goal here as the puck is worked around the goal mouth to the half wall now, jammed back to the blue line where Resch will keep it in the first try. Second try gets past him, out of the reach of Bishop, who nearly had a breakaway. Half of the power play gone, 1 minute to go here in the man advantage for the Titans. It's backhanded here for Charlie Ashton. Ashton cuts through neutral ice. Opens up, goes to his left. Road getting in the way of that one as it's poked back to the blue line. Firing a shot, pad save made by Petman. Rebound picked up here by Ashton. Ashton centers one out high. Here's Milan. Milan fires a shot. A save made. It's loose in the crease. Still loose. No whistle yet. Finally tracked down and covered by Petman. 8:02 to go here in the third period. Titans just doing everything possible to get this puck in the goal, but they can't beat Petman on that play. 26 seconds remain in this power play.
Great work by Tartan. They get a bunch of bodies out right in front of the net, and then a low shot sneaks by all those shin pads and skates and gets to Petman. And Petman, although it's not a hard shot, he's going to give up a rebound because it's low and he can't see it.
Milan controls at the blue line. He'll play it to his right. Now worked across for Ashton, who fires a shot and misses the net just wide. And it will dribble all the way back into the Titans' end. 8 seconds to go in the power play. One last rush here for the Titans with 5 players to the Bears 4, and they bring it in offside just as the penalty expired.
And that missed shot was a killer. Not only do you miss the net, it goes all the way back down to kill the rest of the penalty.
The Titans have had their chances, and they just haven't been able to convert. That last mile there has been so difficult for them, and you got to give them a lot of credit here. They're still in this one with 7.5 to go, and this thing could turn around very quickly if they can figure out a way to put that puck in the net, but has not been easy.
We're seeing Tartan get way more aggressive here in the defensives or in the offensive zone. They're pressuring White Bear immediately, not letting them break out quickly.
We'll see how the game plan changes for the Bears. Gallatin trying to find some open ice, does so. Goes behind his goal. Quick pass up the side, now finds his way to Olson's stick. Olson tripped up, fires a pass in the process, and I think that might be another penalty. We'll see. I think they're only going to call the one, but taken down there was Hoover as well. Some words being exchanged. Heading to the box is Gavin Bushi. And another power play for the Bears. And that is not what the Titans wanted there, Chad. That's
a killer.
That's a killer.
If you're White Bear, you got to be thinking goal no matter what here. Stay aggressive. Don't start to lighten up just because you're on the power play. If they can get aggressive and put a puck in the back of the net here, that might seal the deal.
Borgstad wins the draw, or pushes the draw win back to Gallatin, who can't control it along the blue line. He'll have to go backwards, and the Bears touch up and dump it right back in. As power play, certainly they're going to try for a goal, but it also is just a great opportunity to kill 2 more minutes of this clock here. The puck found its way into the Titans bench, and that is the reason for the whistle. But 2 very valuable minutes to the Titans will hopefully be killed off for the Bears.
Well, one of my other guys of the game so far, Joe Belisle, out on the ice, had the power play goal earlier in the game. If he can get a clear shot right here and even generate a rebound, White Bear Lake has been dominant out in front of the net.
I like that. Gabe's Guys of the Game.
Oh, that's nice.
You could get that sponsored for next year, I guess, right?
Hey, why not?
6 1/4 to go here in the third. 1:25 to go in the power play. Gallatin, or make that, Belisle has the puck. He will slide it to Rode. Rode forward to Kotzmacher. Stolen away by Milan for the Titans. Hard around the wall, goes a little bit too hard, really. They might have been able to spring Chet Burleson for a breakaway, but just out of his reach, and the Bears will work it back in. Poked forward, aggressive penalty kill. Chet Burleson having another opportunity here, but he lost it as he entered the zone. Kotzmacher has it at center ice. Rode trying to help out here, and it's picked up and worked deep into the White Bear Lake end by the Titans.
Well, Zach, you can tell Tartan only runs those 2 lines because I think we've said Burleson's name 400 times this period alone. So,
one big ice there for the Titans with a half minute to go in the power play. Bears looking at that clock here, 5:08 to go as they enter the zone. Nice moves here. Chanson deflected on goal nicely off the stick of Brady Borgstad, and making the adjustment and the save was Stephen Kelly.
A great point made by our sponsor, Will Anderson. He said a goal is great, but don't give up an odd man rush on the power play. Very good point made by him.
WillAndersonAgency.com. Love his support. Also, pods as well. Under 5 remains in this quarterfinal. 3 seconds, 2-1. The Bears are full, or sorry, the Titans are full strength. Cross ice pass poked away by Tartan. They'll work it back in. Here's Ashton, his pass through the slot. Can't connect.
Yeah, great deflection there by Brady O'Brien, or his brother. Nicky.
Shot saved by Petman, getting that pad out just in time. And this Titans squad off of this penalty kill, getting some momentum and getting some opportunities. We'll keep an eye on Stephen Kelly. With 4:15 to go, I tend to see those goaltenders sneak off a little bit earlier in these win-or-go-home situations. Icing is called.
Yeah, we'll see if Dean Evison is coaching the Titans.
Yeah.
Well, Kelly would have already been pulled then.
5 minutes ago.
4:10 remaining in the third on the Boz Complete Car Care and Accessories scoreboard. Will Anderson Insurance scoring summary. Charlie Olson at the 4:56 mark of the second. Joe Belisle at the 9:35 mark of the second as well. And that's the difference in this one here. Titans trying to add to that, trying to keep their season alive. A shot ramps off a White Bear stick, goes into the netting. 4 minutes exactly on the clock. Another face-off here in the White Bear Lake zone.
If you're Tartan, they almost generated a chance earlier, but they got to get bodies on the front and let your defensemen shoot low. When you shoot low, there's less chance it's going to get blocked and get better rebounds. That's what Tartan's got to do right here. Shoot low from the point and get bodies out in front.
Bertelsen back, shot wide of the White Bear goal. Marr gets it back behind. Olsen trying to poke it out, can't do so. Great job hugging the wall by Wapsie. Belisle Has the puck in his skates. He's pinned up against the wall. It comes free. Titans will have to retreat here. Great work knocking the puck out of the air by Walker. Luke Skywalker is what he's listed. And almost lightsaber-like there, knocking that one out of the air and keeping it in front of them. The Bears do get it right back, and they'll dump it deep into the Titans' end. Just over 3 to go here in the third. Bishop had it for a moment, poked off his stick. Grabbed by Tvet. He'll go over here for Laska. Laska takes a big hit there by Gallatin, and out to neutral ice it goes. First number on the clock reads 2. 2:48 to go. Bears poke it out, all alone. Here's Aiden Welch moving in. Welch with the shot, save, rebound, score. 3-0 White Bear Lake.
And Zach, that might be the nail in the coffin for Tartan's season. It's going to be really tough for them to score 3 goals in 2 minutes and 39 seconds when they have really struggled this game. But Charlie Olsen right there gets the breakaway. An initial great save by Kelly, but Charlie Olsen doesn't panic. He stays with the puck and gets his own rebound. We're going to see a timeout here for Tartan, but that's a great play. A lot of times on those breakaways, you see guys shoot it and then they veer towards the corner. Charlie Olsen shot the puck. It wasn't a great shot, but he stuck in front of the net, got his own rebound, and put it in the back of the net. That's a great play by Olsen as White Bear Lake now. This would be very bad if they gave up 3 goals in 2 minutes and 40 seconds to a team that has really struggled to generate any kind of offense.
The Titans had a lot of pressure, had some opportunities, and I wonder, hindsight's 20/20, but if you go back and right around that 4-minute mark, they had a face-off in there. Do you call the timeout and you really start putting the pressure on there? Obviously, that aggressive play resulted in that breakaway for the Bears, and that's kind of the give and take. But the Titans certainly did not give up. They had their opportunities there toward again, right around that 4 or 5 minute mark coming off of that penalty kill. Give them credit, but the Bears, barring a miracle comeback in the third period, will move on to play the winner of Stillwater in Eastridge on Wednesday. But at this point, it's a kind of like a get greasy, just do everything you can, everything possible.
Be smart.
And if you're Tartan, I should say, get greasy, just anything you can, throw it at the net, go for those garbage goals, and do whatever possible. It's not likely, but not impossible at this point.
And I'd imagine when this face-off happens, Kelly will be about to the hash marks or even the top of the circle, ready to go straight to the bench. And he is going to go out there. I was wondering if even they just pull him and have 6 guys out there right away. But, yeah, you would imagine he's going to come out really quickly and be ready to get to the bench.
Draw one by the Titans. Kelly seems to be pretty reserved in his crease here with 2.5 to go. He has had a incredible game for his Tartan Titans. Could not say enough good things about him. As the Bears work their way in, Olsen scores. Nothing White Bears. They're just a couple of minutes away from moving on and playing in the Section 4 AA semifinal.
Well, if that third goal wasn't the nail, this one certainly is in the coffin for Tartan. They fought strong this whole game, but man, 4 goals in 2 minutes, and they have had no amazing scoring opportunities. And they're just burned out right now. Though running only 2 lines, that's burning them right now.
Walker with the puck for the Titans. He'll work it out. This Titan squad very I mean, again, just ran into all all sorts of problems here in this third period, but a ton of seniors that are on this squad, and certainly hate to see their season end this afternoon, but and particularly one of those seniors in Stephen Kelly, who again put on a phenomenal performance. That 4-goal number could have been way bigger, but 28 save performance so far. We'll see how that one finishes out here with 95 seconds to go. The Bears will either play Eastridge on Wednesday, in which they beat Eastridge in overtime earlier this year. One of their only overtime victory. The Bears came into the postseason with 2 overtime losses as Bishop was hit up hard into the boards, and then
here's where the Bears got to be smart.
And that's a dangerous cross check, and Bishop is hurt. That is all.
Yeah, don't get anybody suspended.
Yeah, that's when you need every single one of those Bears players, and you see Captain Nicky O'Brien coming over to try to get his players away. You don't need to take an injury. You don't need that. That is.
Tyler Bishop took a cross check straight to the head.
Yeah, and I think he even caught him in the neck and or the ear. Looks like he poked. Or that is.
Yeah, that was a good move, though. I give props here though to Nicky O'Brien, the defensive captain. He immediately got there in front of his team and said, "Get back to the bench. Don't do anything stupid." Tartan's got nothing to lose now. They're just going to play physical and do whatever they like because it's not going to change anything. But White Bears, they've still got something that matters here. And boy, this is when, if you're Tim Sager, I think you hate to say it's not their most important line, but you throw your 4th line out there and your 3rd defensive pair. Give them experience in case you need them in later games, but you don't want one of your top guys getting hurt like a Tyler Bishop.
Yeah, none of the top 2 lines should be on the ice. There's something going on in the stands over here, unfortunately.
Is there a fight happening?
I think so.
Yeah.
Even the players on the ice watching this now.
Just end the game. There's no point of this anymore.
7 minutes of penalties on the board as the crowd is now looking over at
parents
the
making their
White
way
Bear
over.
Lake student section, and they're just going to, I hate to see that too. That's a shame.
Such a good game, too, until this point.
Yeah. But we will try to figure out what's going on here, both on the ice and off the ice. And this game now has been brought to a halt because of what's gone on off the ice.
Well, it almost seems like this has kind of chilled the players out on the ice. The players on the ice right now talking, almost kind of laughing at the student section.
Yeah, Coach Patton saying, hey, get the heck away from there.
Yeah.
Don't do anything stupid.
And the police making their way over now.
Definitely something I've never seen before.
Yeah, that's a new one for us. We've been going to a lot of White Bear games, a lot of high school games in general, and I don't know if I've ever seen a game get stopped due to a student section altercation. And it's too bad. We hope everybody's okay in there, and hope that the folks who are responsible
Yeah, unfortunately,
taken care of.
there was a lot of Tartan parents and stuff sitting behind the Bear student section all game, so who knows what happened.
We hate to use the word, but this is just kind of embarrassing. It's a respectful game. Both teams on the ice, even though it's been chippy, have a respect for each other. You don't want to be picking fights in the crowd. It doesn't do you any good to fight someone in the crowd. It doesn't change the outcome on the ice. Just not okay what we're seeing from whoever is involved in this, and especially the White Bear student section. This is just not okay.
The Ramsey County Sheriff's Department in the student section now, and with 1 minute and 15 seconds left in this game, for all intents and purposes, should be over by now, but whatever has gone on out there, and it looks like everything is calmed down a bit here, and I think we should be able to just get this one underway here. In the box is Chet Bertelsen for the Titans. He's got 7 minutes of penalties to his name. We saw, I guess that would be a 5-minute major and a 2-minute. I guess I really don't understand the 7 minutes unless it's back-to-back here, but the officials now making their way into the penalty box to, I guess, talk it over here with Alex Westad, not only the music and public address announcer, but also the official scorer. And Bertelsen now being told he is sent to the locker room. And they're going to have to obviously get some player in there to serve. And it's one of those weird things in sports, guys. I mean, it's, 1:15. The outcome's not going to change, but kind of have to go through the procedure here.
Yeah, this is when you almost wish they could just call the game. This is tough for the Tartan players on the ice. I actually feel bad for them. You already know you're in a tough spot. Now it's all kind of setting in for them that this game that their season's done, and you see them all fist bumping, getting together. But I will say, again, weirdly enough, what just happened in the crowd kind of calmed the players on the ice down. Kind of that aggressiveness towards each other kind of settled down a little bit. But, man, this is a tough way to end a game, which has rightfully been a very good game up until the end.
Yeah, if there's one good thing about those there, I mean, I don't want to call it a good thing because you never want to see what we saw there, but the fact that what was going on the ice there hopefully calms some emotions and hopefully will let us do 75 more seconds of clean hockey. 5-on-4, Bears have the power play. And it's iced down by the Titans. The Bears will have that power play the rest of the game. We played out Kotzmacher. Nice moves here. Centers one for Olsen. Olsen back out high for Gallatin. Back down low for Rode. Out high for Gallatin. Seems like the Bears is content with working that puck around the perimeter. Titans find a corner of that glass to clear it down. A half minute to go. Bears slowing things down here again. They'll kill off as much as the Titans will let them back there. And finally, pressure applied. Gallatin will go to Rode, who puts the brakes on, goes down low. Olsen trying for the hat trick, and he'll miss. Titans work it forward here, 15 seconds to go. And the Titans send a puck right by the goal, and the hand is up.
Penalty shot?
A hook is the call. I don't.
I understand that it's a penalty, but at this point, I would say just let him play. I mean,
especially if you're gonna call that, you should maybe call a penalty shot. Because the whole this is dumb. All right, Rode gets called for a hook. 9.5 seconds are on the clock. The Titans are trying to break up Petman's S word.
Yeah.
S-O word, I should clarify.
As soon as he took that puck, I was like, oh, is he going to lose it with 15 seconds left?
4-on-4 for the rest of the hockey game, unless there's another penalty. I really hope there's not.
Yeah, let's just get out of this clean for both teams.
For real. Titans win the draw. Shot taken, save made by Petman. And Nicholas Petman gets the shutout. The Bears get the victory, and they move on to the Section 4 AA semifinal at Aldrich Arena on Wednesday night. They will play the winner of Stillwater and Eastridge. Charlie Olsen with 2 goals in this win, and my goodness, weird ending to this one, but Overall, you have to be happy if you're a White Bear Lake Bear right now, Chad. That was a great victory coming out there and getting your way to the Wednesday. It's all you can ask for.
Yep, all that matters in the sections is a victory. The Bears kind of pulled away there in the last few minutes there, but congrats to the Bears on winning, and they stayed strong the whole game. Great defense, Petman with the shutout, and the Bears did not give up that goal that you were expecting them to do that would get Tartan back in this game.
Handshakes going on. Stephen Kelly, the goaltender for the Tartan Titans, being consoled by his teammates. He had just a phenomenal game, 28 saves, some just grade A scoring opportunities denied by him, and tough to end your career on a loss, your high school career on a loss, but man, what a performance to close out his career at Tartan High School.
Yeah, Kelly really had a tremendous game, although White Bears scored 4 goals. Kelly was, I'll keep saying it, he was my player of the game. He kept Tartan alive the entire game. He made sure that they never fell far enough behind that the game was over, but yeah, they held strong, or Tartan, they played tough for 2.5 periods. They played really tough, but in the end, it just wasn't enough. White Bear Lake had a few more chances, played a little bit better, but yeah, a great game to start the Section 4 AA tournament for White Bear Lake. And although Tartan, they've fallen defeat, they had a very good season, and they played a very good game today.
The Pioneers en route to a victory over Roseville. That's a much better way of doing this. Mm-hmm. The Gentry Academy getting set up for their game. That puck drop scheduled for about an hour from now. So we will get out of the way and let the Gentry folks take over. But final thoughts here. We'll go to you first, Gabe.
White Bear Lake, I mean, they played smart. They played tough. This is how you want to play in these postseason games. If you can play like this for 3 games, you have a very good opportunity to win your section. A few things they have to clean up. But Nicholas Petman, I think he really proved tonight that he put his stamp that this is his team, it's his net to defend tonight and for the rest of the season. And, man, he played terrific. And if you're White Bear Lake, you got to use this momentum, keep it going forward. And Tartan, I know they fell in defeat, but they played a very tough game. Maybe Tartan's a team. I know they have a lot of seniors, but a good year for Tartan nonetheless.
Chad, your final thoughts.
Yeah, very exciting game. Great. Final game on the Horn this year for hockey. I wish we could broadcast the rest of the way, but unfortunately we can't. And good luck for the Bears the rest of the way, and hopefully they end up in St. Paul.
Well, that will do it for our 10th season of White Bear High School Hockey on the Horn. It was a great year. We appreciate all you for tuning in, for checking us out, for letting your friends, your family know about us. We love it. We love doing this, and we love being the home of White Bear Nation. Phenomenal work this entire year by Zach Chapman, who ran the camera tonight for us. He just made this possible, kept this thing going, and certainly this would not be here. We would not be here right now if it weren't for Zach Chapman, so be sure to thank him if you ever see him around town, because he is just vital to the continuation of this awesome deal we've got going here. We started, 10 years ago, right around now is when we really started putting the plans in place, and it's so cool to see that it is still a deal. We did it even though, Chad, we started the planning even after the 2012 section quarterfinal.
Oh, that's true.
Which is
never thought of it
testament
like that.
to our love for White Bear Lake. So we will say goodbye. We thank you. We still have more coverage of White Bear sports on the Horn for the other sports, so be sure to check us out then. But for Gabe Bartlett, for Zach Chapman, and for yet another year, Chad Olson, I'm Zach Halverson saying so long from TCO Sports Garden, the greatest hockey arena in the world. The Bears move on to the semifinals with a victory over the Tartan Titans. The final score on that Pods Complete Car Care and Accessory scoreboard reads White Bear Lake 4, Tartan 0. Have a phenomenal rest of your weekend. and good luck to the Bears the rest of the way. We say goodbye from the home of White Bear Nation.